Do you feel like the crypto mining world has been passing you by? Are you worried that your insubordinate hardware isn't making you as much crypto dough as it should be? Do the juiciest bits of mining news just make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside? Well then, you're in luck, because that's what this video is all about. That's right, it's time for another crypto mining update video, and it's a bit of a doozy, so let's just get into it. Find out what everybody's mining. Let's take a look at which algorithms have been making AMD and NVIDIA owners the most money recently. Starting with the red team, we looked at two of the most popular mining cards, namely the RX 584 gig and the Vega 56. These cards have historically been most profitable mining coins based on the Ethash and CryptoNight algorithms, and unsurprisingly, that's still the case today. Sort of. Because many of the CryptoNight coins decided to fork to different versions of the algorithm to spoil Bitmain's Antminer's fun, they became significantly more profitable to mine, specifically coins based on the new CryptoNight Heavy and CryptoNight V7 algorithms. Quick note, we won't be calculating for electricity costs because those will vary hugely depending on where you are. We're just talking about raw numbers here. And while it's a pretty close call, RX 580 should currently mine the CryptoNight Heavy coin Loki most profitably at $1.01 per day, with Ethereum and Ethash algorithm coming in at a close second at 97 cents per day. AMD's RX Vega, on the other hand, seemingly prefers the CryptoNight V7 algorithm above all, with Monero coming in at the most profitable for the card by far at $1.68 per day. The aforementioned Loki comes in at the second most profitable at $1.35 per day. Unlike the red team's offerings, NVIDIA's GTX 10 series cards have historically been a little less picky when it comes to algorithms, and that's certainly what we saw in our latest crypto mining update video, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Both the GTX 1066 gig and GTX 1070 currently earn the most mining Ethash coins. The 1066 gig mines Metaverse at 73 cents per day and Ethereum at 72 cents per day, while the 1070 mines the same coins at 99 cents and 96 cents per day. The big boss 1080 Ti turns things around significantly by mining more obscure algorithms most profitably. Mining Luxcoin on its PH12 algorithm should net the 1080 Ti around $1.29 per day, while mining Bitcore on its Time Travel 10 algorithm comes in at just a little lower of $1.26. Now, while you really shouldn't be looking into picking up a new card for mining right now, we know some of you are still curious about what the return on investment times take for these cards right now, so let's look at that. The cheapest new RX 584 gig we could find online comes in at $259, which at an expected daily income of $1.01 means an ROI of 256 days. Meanwhile, the RX Vega 56 is still selling for a bit of a premium at $500, which at $1.68 per day leads to an ROI of 298 days. A 1066 gig at $279 can expect an ROI of over a year at 382 days, with 73 cents per day being the income, while a 1070 at $400 should pay itself off in 404 days with its 99 cent per day income. The 1080 Ti, unsurprisingly, was the worst offender. The cheapest one we could find online came in at $720, which at just $1.29 per day means it will pay itself off in 558 days, basically a year and a half. While graphics card prices have come down significantly over the last few months, so has mining profitability. So much so that buying a card new right now for the purpose of mining just doesn't make any sense. It makes even less sense once you start adding electricity costs into the equation. However, if you already have the gear on hand and pay next to nothing for electricity, it can still definitely be worth your while, depending on your definition of worth. But hey, that's old news. But do you know what's not old news? This new news. Hot news. Hot news. No, wait, wrong video, wrong show. So here's what's been happening in the mining world as far as news. Crypto mining bicycles are a thing now. Pedal power is a great way to get around and keep in shape, but a company called 50 Cycles doesn't think that's good enough anymore. Last month, the company announced a new electric bicycle in its Toba range that, quote, generates cryptocurrency tokens while you ride it. The aforementioned tokens refer to Loyal Coin. I can't keep a straight face during this. It's unclear how exactly these bikes are supposed to mine for the tokens, but the company ensures that once you rack up enough of them, they can be exchanged for goods and services in the Loyal Coin network of retailers or traded in for other cryptocurrencies. According to Cycling Industry News, in order to generate 20 funny British dollars, about $26.40 USD, the worth of Loyal Coin, customers will have to travel about 1,000 miles or about like 1,600 kilometers, but who uses kilometers anyways. While the bikes will initially generate Loyal Coin, the company intends to eventually reward riders with its own digital coin. Now look, the idea idea here is actually a very interesting one. If you ride a bike regularly, why not get paid for it even if it isn't a lot, which it definitely isn't. But for the love of chili bites and Rocco Mama's fries, do we really need another completely unrelated company jumping on the blockchain bandwagon with the intent to create yet another coin that's basically guaranteed to fail? No, we don't. And while we're on the topic of fails, Mt. Gox sure did, but there may yet be hope for those who entrusted the exchange with their coin. Mt. Gox might start returning customers' coins. We highly doubt anyone watching this needs a refresher on the whole Mt. Gox fiasco, but basically it boiled down to this. We're gonna refresh it for you anyways. One of the biggest exchanges in the world gets hacked, loses a lot of people a lot of money, and goes bankrupt, leaving everyone out in the cold. But just when it seemed that all hope may be lost, the trustee of the exchange has announced that creditors who want their Bitcoin back will get their Bitcoin back, hopefully starting sometime next year. According to the announcement, those wronged by the exchange will need to prove said wrongdoing before the 22nd of October this year. Unfortunately, for those who left coins other than Bitcoin in the exchange's care, those will not be reimbursed. However, the value of said coins may be requested back in Bitcoin. There's still a lot that has to be done before everyone gets their BTC back, but this is definitely a positive sign for anyone who stored some major coin in the exchange, especially since that coin is significantly more valuable now than it was back then. And who knows, maybe one day soon we can put this whole disaster behind us. Speaking of disasters though, good segue, Mother Nature shuts down Chinese miners. Sichuan, a province in China, was recently hit with heavy flooding, potentially destroying and severely damaging hundreds, if not thousands, of mining systems in the process. Around the time of the flooding, Bitcoin's hash rate saw a not insignificant dip, which makes sense because, as Digitime reports, Sichuan is home to, quote, over 70% of the mining systems in China. While water is a major threat to mining systems, it definitely isn't to pirates. The Pirate Bay are acting like pirates again. During the llast year or so, the word cryptojacking started gaining more and more attention, and it basically refers to the act of using other people's systems to mine coin without their knowledge or consent. The act started gaining some real traction once people started adding mining code right into websites or ads, which meant that as long as you stayed on a page or a website with the code built in, you'd be mining some coin for some rando person who's receiving everything on the back end. Infamous torrenting site The Pirate Bay decided to get in on the action a few months ago, but after outcries from many users, they decided to axe the code. But pirates do what they want and what'll make them the most money, so it should come as no surprise to learn that the code has made a triumphant return. What makes this time around a little different though is transparency. The last time the site pulled this stunt and didn't tell anybody it was happening, leaving users confused and more than a little ticked off about their PC just all of a sudden running hotter. To combat this, the site now has a notice right on the main page that reads, by entering TPB, you agree to XMR being mined using your CPU. If you don't agree, please leave now or install an ad blocker. While it's not exactly ideal for a site to use part of their user system resources for their own gain, it does eliminate the need for some of the worst ads on the internet. And if you are a regular on the site, at least you're paying someone for free stuff, even if that someone really should be. Why are we trying to justify this? This is not, no. Anyway, ASIC producer Bitmain has been back at it again. The Antminer Z9 liquid-cooled ASICs and new Bitcoin miner coming soon. Whether you like it or not, Bitmain is making more waves in the crypto mining world than ever. The reportedly $12 billion company is raking in the cash and cracking previously ASIC-resistant algorithms wide open. Algorithms like Equihash, which recently fell by the hands of the Antminer Z9 Mini. The miner features 10 times the Equihash performance of a 1080 Ti, while also coming at a significantly lower price point and drawing far less power. But as its name would suggest, the Z9 Mini isn't the real showstopper. That title belongs to the Bitmain's new full-size Antminer Z9. The full version of the Z9 takes everything the Z9 Mini did and turns it up to 11, except for it's not called the Z11. The miner is expected to pump out a whopping 40,800 souls per second, which is 30,800 more than the Mini could manage. It'll also be a fair bit larger and significantly heavier, coming in at 9 kilograms, and it's expected to draw about 1,150 watts from the wall, give or take 10%. Obviously, all of this power will come at a major premium, and the miner will set you back a cool $3,319 when it starts shipping on the 1st of September. Because many of the more popular Equihash-based coins have either already forked or plan to fork these ASICs off the network, it's unclear just how profitable they'll be when they do finally make their way into the hands of customers, but they're remarkably impressive machines nonetheless. And on the topic of impressive machines, one of our sources, who happens to be a longtime customer of Bitmain, claims that the company is currently currently working on water-cooled versions of some of their miners, and more excitingly is in the process of deciding whether or not to unveil a brand new generation of Bitcoin SHA-256 miners. But we won't speculate about any of that further until we learn more, which is just the most perfect way to end this video off. Hopefully this video helped you fill in on what the ever interesting and volatile mining world has been getting up to over the last few months. Be sure to let us know whether you're still mining, you're considering getting into it if it becomes more profitable again, or just want to discuss anything we talked about down in the comments below. Also, be sure to add any interesting bits of mining news we didn't cover while you're down there. And that's going to wrap it up for this monthly recap of what's going on in the mining world. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're down there. Please get subscribed to stay up to date on all of our tech-related content. I am Brett with the UFD Tech channel, and I'll see your smiling faces again in the next video. Cheers.